Afternoon, everybody. This is Christian. Today is March the 5th, 2015. And today we're going to be talking about prophetic dreams, and more importantly, in this particular video, we'll be discussing when you have a series of these dreams. And they can come in many different ways. You could have, in one night, you could have one dream that's broken into three parts. You could have, in one night, repeated dreams, just continuously showing you this is one element, and another dream later that same night, and then another dream later that same night. Or it could be, like I said, all one. But it could also be spread out over days, weeks, months, or years. So that in 1 month you might have one dream, and then a few months later you have another dream, but you recognize that they are a series. And that can be revealed to you in different ways, but the most common method would simply be that they're on the same subject matter. You will know in your spirit, this dream relates to the same thing that God was revealing to me in the previous dream, okay? And so that's what I want to talk about tonight, is that series of dreams. There's so much in it that it's important to note. If I give you, or if God were to give you, I should say, one particular dream, it will give you some insight, some information about something, right? Let's say, for example, that you had a dream, and this is just an example, but let's say you had an example of a dream where you saw yourself building a house, okay? That was all you saw in the dream, was you were building a house. That was the end of the dream. Now, in that itself, you can find lots of information. You can say, well, okay, in this dream I saw that I was maybe you were finishing up the house, and you knew that in the dream. You were painting the final pieces or something like that. You knew you were completing the process. Or maybe you saw that you were actually laying the foundation. That would be telling you this is the beginning of something that we're doing, right? Or if you have a dream where you see that you're doing the framing of the house, maybe you're putting up walls, something like that. You know you're past the stage of laying the foundation, but you're not completed the process yet either, okay? So that will be information you can gain from a single dream. A series of dreams will give you the information that you can get from one dream, but also even more information. And so take note of this. Let's assume in this theory that we're talking about here, you have a series of dreams where the first night, or the first dream, you see that you're building a house. And let's say you're doing the framing work, right? Putting up the walls. The second dream, you see that you are filling this house with all kinds of good things, right? Things that your furniture, things like that. So obviously in this series of dreams, you're seeing that at the mid-stage of building, but you're also seeing the completion. You've already seen it completed, and you're adding stuff to it, right? So this is a series of dreams about this process you're going through. But because you have this series, there's two things to take note of. Number one, there is a span of time that's missing between these two dreams. The first being you're in the middle process of building, and then you don't see the completion. You just know that after it's completed, you're going to fill it, right? So there's a blank spot, some time that's elapsed here that God's not revealed to you. He's hidden that for a reason, right? And so that's important to take note of. But also, you'll note that you do see that what's coming after the fact. So you can say, let's say you're in the middle of building this house, right? And it's a literal dream. You're in the middle of building this house, and it burns to the ground, right in the middle of it. That's got to be seriously frustrating. But if you remember the series of dreams, you know that you will complete it. You will end up putting your own property in this home, right, when it's completed. You've seen that part, right? So you continue to hold faith because you have that series of dreams. That series gives you something that the other single dream wouldn't give you, right? So it's important to take note of that. And again, it's important to take note of the fact that there is that blank spot that you don't know. Oftentimes the trials come in that dark faith, that dark time. It's where it tests your faith as to whether or not you really believe what you saw, right? Whether you're going to believe the Word of God. So it's important to take note of that. If you're having dreams that come in a series, and it's the same subject matter or the same principles being showed repeatedly, pay attention to that, because it's very, very important, okay? Just want to share it with you guys today. God bless, take care, and I'll see you again tomorrow.